Good morning, world. Today we're talking about reaching goals. As much as we know that your success in reaching your goal is going to depend on the things that you do, there's also a mental component to being able to achieve and reach your goals. And that's why today we're talking about these 5 tips for reaching your goals. First is to make it a dominating thought. This means that keeping your goal, keeping your success at the forefront of your mind, to continuously remind yourself of what it is that you're working towards, to continuously giving yourself that picture of what it is that things are going to be when you reach that point of goal success. So make it a dominating thought. And last week in the video, I mentioned the importance of focusing on the thing that you want as opposed to the things that you don't want, because a lot of times people have a tendency to work much harder against something than towards something. But when you're trying to paint the picture for your mind, you want to be painting the picture of the thing that you want and showing that picture of, hey, this is what I want, not this is what I don't want. And there's really no picture of that. So make it a dominating thought, showing what you want. 2, visualize the completion of your goal. At the beginning of the year, I've seen a lot of promotions and invitations and people trying to have vision board parties. Vision boards are awesome when it comes to being able to visualize your goal. It's a way of putting it on paper, putting it on a board, showing yourself, hey, this is what it looks like. This is the thing that I want. Being able to have that image, and it helps with making it a dominating thought, because if you have the vision board and it's in a prominent place that you're seeing every day, it reminds you to keep it at the forefront of your mind. Visualize it, picture exactly what it's going to look like, what it's going to feel like, because when you visualize it, yeah, you see it, but once you can start experiencing the feeling of what the feeling that you're working towards. And of course, start setting a plan. It's nice to have a picture. It's nice to think about the things that you want, but you have to have a plan for going after it. You can't just sit there and think about it and expect that just the thought is going to make it happen. Thoughts need to be followed with action in order to get to lead to success. So make sure that you're setting a plan, including a deadline, because a plan without a goal without a deadline is just a hope or a dream or a wish, something that you would like to have, but eventually, maybe, possibly. But once you start putting a deadline on it and you start planning these little things, the action steps that you're going to be taking, then you have a goal. I believe I mentioned that in another video, where it's not a goal until it has a deadline and an action plan. 4 is do something every day toward your goal. It doesn't matter how far away the goal is, how small the goal is, or how big the goal is. Do something toward it every day. And something does not have to be ginormous every single time. Some days the something you do toward your goal can simply be reviewing your progress, reviewing the things that you're going to be doing, putting together the plan for the goal, setting a timeline and all these stuff. I'll address some of these in other videos, but just make sure you're doing something every single day towards reaching that goal. And of course, celebrate your successes. Goals are not most people's goals are not something that you get overnight, that you wake up today and say, hey, I'm going to paint my nails, and when you paint your nails, goal is reached. Most of our goals are a lot more complex and require a lot more time and investment. But during that time that you're investing, it's easy to get distracted. And sometimes people can get discouraged. But if you're taking time to celebrate and experience the joy of the smaller successes of reaching the smaller pieces, breaking your goal. Once you break your goals down and you start achieving each step and reaching it and celebrating those, that keep you motivated to continue on to the next step and to doing the next, whatever it is that needs to be done. So celebrate your successes, because small successes give you motivation to continue going towards that big success that you're working towards. And quick recap, make it a dominating thought, because as long as you have to keep it in your mind and keep giving your mind that picture of what it is that you want and want to work towards. You know, help all the positive energies around you flow towards that dominating thought. Visualize the completion of your goal. Vision boards are nice because it gives you that picture right there. Start setting a plan, including a deadline, because until you have a deadline, you're just wishing for something. Okay, starlight, star bright, you know, all that. Do something every day towards your goal. It doesn't matter how small, it doesn't matter how big. Some days the steps are going to be huge and some days the steps are going to be minor, but every single day until you have reached the end, you have reached completion, success in your goal, every single day you need to be doing something towards it. And of course, celebrate your successes, because goal setting, goal achievement can take time, and you have to have something to keep you motivated. It's like that little piece to keep you going, to give you a taste of what's to come. And of course, you'll find a lot of those tips and more. And I guess in this little book here, Attitude Adjustment, I guess since I was looking at it the other day, now it's all on my mind. So Attitude Adjustment, I'll make sure I link it for you so that you can check it out. It's available online, and you can get the e-copy or the printed copy. I like printed copies because my books are meant for you to write on them and highlight stuff and do stuff and pick them up, which you can't do on the e-copy. So I like the printed copies. But that is it for today. Good morning, world. Have a great day.